Starting with standing side leg raises, you're going to stand up nice and tall, finding your balance on your supporting leg. Keep your toes pointing forwards and lift the other leg out to the side. Make sure you're lifting strong out of the hips, keeping them nice and level, or even that the lifting hip is a little bit elevated. Tuck the tailbone under, draw the lower abdominals in so that lower back is nice and flat and there isn't an arch in the lower back, lifting the leg out to the side. So keep it upright, keep that pelvis in a nice neutral position. You also want to make sure that you're not swinging that leg side to side. Lift and lower it with control, keeping that pelvis nice and still, only lifting the leg as high as it lifts without swinging or moving the rest of the body. Also avoid kicking the leg forwards through the front quad and focus on lifting through that side glute, side hip muscle. For your pulse squats, you can have your arms extended in front of you or hands in front of the chest, and you're going to pulse, pulse, and stand. Pulse, pulse, tuck the tailbone under, standing up nice and tall. Again, trying not to arch that lower back too much. Keep the upper body nice and upright as you squat, so you're not hinging forwards at the hips, but rather keeping the torso up as tall as you can. Keep the weight into the heels as you squat, and get that bum down nice and low. Tuck the tailbone under and push the knees back to draw yourself up tall through the floor. Find a firm surface to elevate your feet. Ideally heels on the bench, but you can also put the soles of the feet on the bench. Knees and feet about hip distance apart. Arms alongside the body. You're going to drive the heels down through the surface, lifting the hips up to the sky. Try not to open and flare out the knees to the sides, but keep them in that neutral position in line with the hips throughout. Avoid arching from the back. Focus on squeezing the bum up. You can also make this more challenging by lifting one leg, alternating, or doing all repetitions on the one leg before switching to the other. For your straight arm push downs, you're going to attach the band to a firm surface or anchor, keeping the body up nice and tall. Maybe have a soft bend in the knee. Neutral spine as always, and without rising the shoulders up around the ears, keep the elbows nice and straight and try and pull those hands past the hips. Think about opening the chest instead of rounding those shoulders forwards. Finishing up with a plank, you can work on your elbows or hands, knees or toes. Make sure your bum's not too high in the sky and that lower back isn't arching. Find a nice long neutral spine and challenging yourself when you feel ready to lift the knees off the floor.